And they control the tip. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, great to have you with us on this Sunday evening back-to-back game. The 8th back-to-back game of the season for the Wizards. And chip up and in by Big Ben Wallace.
Ben had a career night about a week ago, had 23 rebounds. I asked him before the game, I said, you were grabbing everything that wasn't nailed down. He said the ball just kept coming to me.
Previous high before that was 21, but Ben having a good year after coming over from Orlando. Juwan Howard backs in on Wallace, takes the shot and hits it. Juwan got a nice reception. Maybe the nicest of the year by the Michigan fans here. Of course, he played his college ball in Ann Arbor.
They remember that Fab Five group.
Sure do. Montross works on White. Fadeaway jumpers, a beauty from Eric Montross, who averages just 3.7 points
I was going to say, Steve, it interests me how team after team always start off getting the ball down low. And like you said, Montross touches the ball very little, doesn't even play a lot, yet they start the offense, the first 2 possessions, going to him down low.
Felipe Lopez, he was hot last night. He continues it tonight.
And you see the matchup that you have going. Hamilton actually is on Curry. Hamilton picks up the foul there, but they have Felipe Lopez, who right now is more advanced defensively on Jerry Stackhouse.
Gives Detroit a 2-point lead. This is the first of 3 meetings as Hamilton comes off the screen. Now to Strickland, wide open for the jump shot, and he misses. Over the top, hits the 24-second clock and out of bounds. Well, last night with about 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, Mitch Richmond, and watching the tape, and I hadn't had a chance to ask Mitch this, but it looked like he stepped on the defender's foot and maybe twisted his knee. I'm not sure that's when it happened, but I think it did. And he stayed in the game for a while, and then he ended up leaving, limping off the floor as Lopez commits a foul. And he is back at home, did not make the trip to Detroit. I understand he'll have an MRI to see how serious the knee might be.
Yeah, we're all hoping that it's nothing major and Mitch can get back in uniform real soon.
Had a great game last night, went 3 for 4 from long range. Looks like he was starting to get his legs under him, hit that open jumper.
And you know that was the difference in the 4th quarter. They
Wallace, that's blocked by White. Nice pass to Howard, who lays it in. Great assist from Strickland.
Good looking play from start to finish. The block at one end and then the fast break execution.
Shot up no good. Hamilton takes it down. Up to Lopez. Now double team, cross court. Howard swings it to Strickland, thought about it. Juwan drives, lays it off for Rod. He takes the jumper, and this one again hits the 24-second clock. No good. 2 misses by Strickland. This is an unusual building, the Palace. We take another look at this Jahidi block.
A good defense very often will start your offense. Ben Wallace going in for the dunk. Jahidi cleanly rejected it. Washington picks it up, gets the numbers at the other end, and converts the break.
The 36th block of the season for Jahidi White. He's 13th in the NBA, averaging better than 2 per game. Stackhouse, shot clock at 6, misses. White, and a loose ball foul looks like will be called on Juwan Howard as he was battling with Wallace.
Felipe has the assignment of guarding the league's leader in scoring, so he has to be careful when he goes for steals.
Lopez off the screen, no good. Wallace the rebound. His team is tied for 5th in the league overall in rebounding. Stackhouse pulls up, hit, thought he had it. White the rebound. Largest lead, 4 points for Detroit. Nesby takes the jumper and rims the cup. That's his 2nd shot of his career with the Wizards. And his 2nd miss. He tried one last night against Miami. Nesby coming over from the Clippers in the trade for Cherokee Parks, and Obina Akizi, as an offensive foul is called on Montross, moving on that screen.
You asked me about that before the game, about Brian Grant and some of those critical plays in the 4th quarter. Yeah, you know, all these big guys move. It's up to the official to decide whether they're talking about somebody impeding the defender's process and getting through the pick.
Howard off the glass scores. Juwan Howard averaging 15.5 points and just over 8 rebounds a game. That's 27th in the NBA. Curry is fouled by Nesby. 37th player overall.
Boy, Atkins putting a little pressure on Rod.
Howard pulls up. Can't hit that one. Montross battles with White. Knocked out of bounds to Detroit. 4-point Piston lead. They have won 2 in a row, beating New Jersey and Friday night against Cleveland, 103-93, all at the Palace. And that was the first time this season that they have won back-to-back games.
I'm sure this is an important game for them, because after this game they go out on the West Coast for a 4-game trip.
Nesby does a nice job to knock the ball away. 5 to shoot. Long jumper, air ball, taken by White. Up ahead, stolen by Stackhouse. Into the corner, Curry the open jumper. Good.
Be patient with those outlets. I think Jahidi let go of that pass before he really was able to read the defense.
Howard got fouled by Mateen Cleaves.
This will be interesting. Will they say it's in the act? Nope, just one. Now watch as he makes a nice spin move there. Joe trying to draw the charge. Cleaves comes over and hacks him across the arm.
Seven-point Piston lead. Lopez goes all the way and slams it in. Got a nice pick inside and cut quick to the hoop.
Yeah, we saw Juwan make a couple of really nice passes last night out of the double team. He does it again, picks up an assist. Well, maybe he didn't get an assist.
That ball into the backcourt. That'll be a backcourt violation. Third turnover for Detroit. Take another look at this slam by Felipe.
So the double team comes from Felipe's man. They recognize it. Felipe takes one dribble, goes in and dunks. So I don't know if Juwan's going to get an assist for that.
Don't know, but Jahidi should get an assist. He cleared some major real estate in there for him. Now he tries it again against Ben Wallace. Double team. Strickland back to Jahidi, and Ben called for a foul. Came over the back of Jahidi White.
Jahidi still has to use a little bit more of the body. Ben almost got away with that. And like you said a moment ago, Steve, Jahidi's a big body, takes up a lot of space. Shouldn't be allowing Ben to come over the side there and get that ball. Take up some space. Don't even let him get that arm through there.
View from our time bridge replay, and now Jahidi White does go to the free throw line, 1 plus the penalty, and has improved his shooting to 57.5% this year. Last year shot 54%.
He's putting a little more arch on that shot from the free throw line. I think that's working in his favor. Certainly giving him a better chance of that thing going in.
And misses them both now. 42 of 75 on the year. 5 rebounds for Ben Wallace, who, as Phil mentioned before, had his career high of 23 the other night against New Jersey. Lopez, no call, ball up in the air, and now there is a call. I didn't hear Scott Foster's whistle. Scott's another DC tie. He's from Rockville, Maryland, the official.
They're all over the place.
In a positive way. Ben Wallace, who wears a B on his jersey because there's another Wallace on this team, John Wallace. Offensive foul is called on Judd Buechler, who's in the game. And so the Wizards have a chance to cut it to 1 or tie with a 3. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier courtside in Pontiac, the Palace of Auburn Hills. Howard. Jumper from the former Michigan star, no good. Wallace with inside position. Buechler played with those great Chicago teams. Now Stackhouse goes all the way. What a move. How did he get that up and in?
Well, a long way along the baseline there after he picked up his dribble in the air, I should say. It was all legal, but beautiful move.
And Wallace has out-rebounded the entire Wizards team so far. He's got 6. The Wizards have 4. Now Nesby will try another one. This one he hits, and it's a 3-point field goal for Tyrone Nesby, his first as a Wizard. But this season he has already hit a few of them. And he can make that shot. Buechler gets it to go.
Buechler leads the league in 3-point percentage, so somebody has to stay pretty close to him.
Nesby came into this game 10 of 46 from 3-point range. No, almost took another one. Lopez fade away. Good. Felipe Lopez at 7.3 points a game in his 3rd year from St. John's.
One thing I'll say about Tyrone, he doesn't seem to be bashful or shy.
He doesn't. He's putting it up, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Buechler traveled. And a 3-second jumper and hit it.
Good job. Shot the ball well last night against Miami.
And the game before as well. And Girard averaging 4.5 points a game. Now Stackhouse lays it up, no good. Jerome Williams is there for the rebound. Cleaves, tip up and in.
Very close to being in the cylinder. But you see the kind of motion they run. They had 2 cutters cutting across there real quick.
Mickey Moore, the 7-footer. King inside. And Moore fouls him. Girard mad that he didn't make the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws.
He might have stood a better chance of making that if he uses the left hand, uses the right side to protect the ball, and finish with the left hand.
King misses the first. Dana Barros sees his first action tonight. Stackhouse comes out. Barros playing in only his 3rd game. He had been out on the injured list with a lower back strain since the day before the first game, October 30th. But has played well in the 2 games he has played, Phil.
He really has. 18 and 16 point. He's shot the ball well. He's 3 for 5 from 3-point range. One of those players Whitney's going to have to stay pretty close to.
King makes 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point Piston lead. Their largest was 8, and they turned the ball over. This team averaging 18 turnovers a game, 25th in the league. That's their 7th of the night. Michael Smith checks in for Washington. King again. Lopez, he'll take the jumper and miss it this time. Good inside position by Williams. Barros on Whitney. Mateen Cleaves, nice fake, goes up, misses the shot. Michael Smith is there to contest. King turns, shoots, and misses.
See, notice the pace of this game. It's
picking up now.
Yeah, don't have to worry about the 24-second shot clock. They're getting up and down.
Now they'll milk it because there's 10 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock. Cleaves, nice move, and no call. Lopez the rebound with 3 seconds over the timeline. Pulls up, shoots, that's good if it goes, and it does not. First quarter comes to an end at the Palace. Wizards go on a mini run to close things out, and they've closed the gap to 2. After 1, it's Detroit 25, Washington 20.
Has that 3-point range. Had the one defender challenge the 3-point range. He steps inside of that and hits the open 2.
Calvin Booth set to check in for Washington. Down low Lopez. Now the double team from Stackhouse. Swinging it. Howard. Great pass. Strickland. And draws the foul. Somebody hit him on the head. It was Matros. And Rod will get 2 shots. 17 in a row.
Because we didn't even talk about it.
we weren't even paying attention. That's right. And a foul called on Tyrone Nesby. 3rd on Nesby, so the fouls are beginning to rack up here for both teams.
So Ernie, be prepared for the bill.
Strickland, nice double pump, and he gets the hoop. And the Wizards have a 2-point lead. Williams the other way, and he got fouled. With 47 seconds to play. Called it on Juwan Howard. Second on Jay. And Jerome Williams to the free throw line. Had that big smile on his face all the time. Good kid.
He's probably going to really be smiling next year. He'll be a free agent after this year. So
he's in his 5th year out of Georgetown. Game tied at 52. Shot clock to 10. Smith knocked away and stolen by Williams. Ball on the floor.
Somebody reached in, and the Wizard bench really wanted a foul call. Somebody reached around and slapped that ball loose from Michael Smith.
Well, unfortunately, the Wizards had a chance to grab the lead and now have to play defense. Shot clock, game clock, just about even. Barrows for 3. Chased down, and that is the end of the first half of basketball. Even Steven in Detroit. Leonard Hamilton's squad tries to bounce back from a tough 3-point loss to Miami last night and hoping to snap a 3-game losing streak. Joe Smith was taken by Golden State after his sophomore year at Maryland, the #1 pick overall in '95. Played about 2.5 years with the Warriors. Then dealt with Brian Shaw to Philly for Clarence Weatherspoon and Jim Jackson in '98. Then Minnesota signed him as a free agent. Played 2 years there and decided to come here after that contract didn't work. I'm not sure what that was. I think an attempted alley-oop from Whitney to Lopez.
To lob the ball to Felipe.
A good defensive play. Nesby lost it and turned it over. Barrows, Stackhouse. What a play. King's open jumper, good.
A lot of this pressure defense was initiated by Jerome Williams. He's such an active force. He almost came up with the rebound on the missed free throw, and then he forced a couple of other turnovers.
Williams misses inside, and Michael Smith in the game has the rebound. Wizards down by 3. Whitney again. No good. Chased down by the Animal. 20 on the shot clock, 26 game clock. Whitney around Barrows, lays it off for Smith. Or Lopez, rather, and Felipe gets the roll.
You know, there's nothing wrong with the shots Whitney's taking.
Not at all.
The shots that he normally would take in the course of a game. It's just that all of them are going off, and I'm sure he's as mystified as we are.
The Wizards will hold the ball to end the period, so Washington with a nice comeback. They trailed by 10 in the 3rd quarter, but after 3 taken by Strickland. Hamilton will try it again. Baseline jumper short. Lopez tries one. Got it. Big bucket by Felipe Lopez to cut the Piston lead to 2. That was huge. And Hamilton called for a foul on incidental contact as Michael Curry cuts into the lane. 4 personals on Richard Hamilton.
Washington gradually edging their way back into this game by doing a better job rebounding-wise. They got an offensive board, and that allowed Felipe to hit that open jumper to bring them within 2.
4 personals on Hamilton. Stackhouse draws a foul. Called it on Gerard King. His 4th.
Stackhouse getting to his league average of 10 free throws attempted each game.
That worked.
I didn't try that hard. That's what it was. But he is starting to put those numbers up, and looks like now he's starting to get much more offensive minded. Like I said earlier, he was looking to draw the double team and get the attention and then pass off to his teammates. But look for him to really hold on to the ball and try and execute.
Detroit by 3. They've led by as many as 10. Lopez from way outside. That's no good. And Wallace is there. 13 rebounds for Ben Wallace. Wizards without Mitch Richmond back in Washington. Has a sore knee, did not make the trip, hurt himself last night against Miami. Oh, stolen by Lopez. And then a loose ball foul is called on Stackhouse, which will be his second.
Well, he lost the ball clearly. Just played around with it too much. Watch him expose the ball in front of Lopez. He's got the low position, has his hands low, pops the ball loose, and then gets position on it, and Stackhouse just trips him up.
Full court pressure from Detroit. Hamilton will push it up. Lopez. Hamilton, tough shot. That's off the mark.
Again, this is a time to really fight your inclination to try and do it on your own. Have faith not only in your offense, but your teammates. Run your plays, and execute them. Try and make something happen.
Oh,
that could have been a charge.
Could have been. I don't know what the call's going to be. Ron Garrettson said Gerard King tripped.
Well, Gerard was the one, I believe, that got knocked down.
Yeah.
In what should have been or could have been called a charge.
Depends where he was in the circle. All right, he looks like he's outside of the circle.
Yeah. So he goes down. Boy, that's a tough call. Oh, that's a tough call to get.
That's a horrible call. King was nowhere near anyone to trip him. He got knocked out of the field of play.
Well, I should say Jerome tripped over his leg, but he's getting knocked back, so he's on his tush.
Take another look here. First of all, is he outside the dash circle? Looks like it.
Yep. And see, that's where he's falling back, and that's where Jerome trips.
Man. Detroit by 5, 3:17 to go. Strickland lays it off for Howard. His jumper, good. Big basket from Jawan.
Now get a stop here.
11 points in the game for Howard. Stackhouse, tough. The NBA's leading scorer, averaging 28.7 a game, has 22 tonight. Lopez, no. Tip up over the backboard. And it will go to Detroit, it looks like. It will be Detroit ball. And now Garrettson will confer with Scott Foster, but I think it's going to be Detroit ball. 2:32 to go, and the Pistons trying to control and hang on for a victory. Play in regulation. Steve Buckhamps, Phil Chenier, as the Wizards try to snap a 3-game losing streak, and Scott Foster has a foul inside on Michael Curry. That's his third.
Only the 4th team foul, so they get it out.
Strickland cuts inside, no call, trying to get the rebound. Howard is there. Jawan, short jump hook, can't fall, tip no good. Taken by King with a fresh 24. Hamilton, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Wallace to the Wizards. George Urban is incensed in front of his bench.
Well, they had their chances on that possession.
Strickland. Pass to Howard. Pass nearly knocked away. 7 to shoot. King got it. Swish. New season high for Gerard King with 16 points.
That was finally good that they got that shot down, although they did take some valuable time off the clock.
Pistons by 4 with 1.5 minutes to play. Push on Lopez on the pass, and on Felipe Lopez, he'll be hit with his 5th personal foul.
That sends Stackhouse back to the free throw line.
Them both. Big free throws. Lead is 6. Howard inside, knocked away from him, ball on the floor. Ty calls time.
Well, that was Jerome Williams that knocked that ball loose again. So important to have a player with that kind of intense action and reaction out there on the court.
Hamilton the jumper, got it.
Yes.
4-point lead with 1:01 to play in regulation. Stackhouse guarded by Lopez, who has 5 fouls. Underneath Wallace. Oh, he traveled. And Garrettson spots it.
Big Ben was just between steps and also underneath the basket, just received the situation where we're seeing Stackhouse willing to give up the ball and trust his teammates. Just unfortunate for Detroit that it resulted in a turnover.
King lost the ball. Picked up by Williams. Fouled by Hamilton. That'll be 5 on Hamilton. Critical turnover by Washington. And a timeout called by the Wizards with 29 seconds to play.
When you're losing, that's when it usually has a tendency to leave you.
But Gerard King with a new season high with 12 rebounds as well. And Wallace the rebound, and that's going to do it. King with the foul. King with 12 rebounds. His season high was 8 against Cleveland. And Gerard has fouled out of the game with 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Correction. 6 of 11 from the floor and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Oh, Hamilton, I thought would take the 3, now dumps it back to Strickland. Whitney, the long jumper, no good. That was for 3, and that's your game. So the Pistons open up a 10-point lead. The Wizards come back and take the lead, but then lose it at the end as another one was in their grasp and slips away.